Egypt Cloud Kitchen, the food lab, secures $4.5 million, and gold-backed stablecoins are thriving in a market struggling through war and inflation. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm RamiaFarrage. Egypt Cloud Kitchen Services operator, the Food Lab, has secured $4.5 million in a pre-seed funding round to expand across Egypt and further into the Middle East and Africa. The round was co-led by Nuwa Capital, Sharouk Partners, and 4DX Ventures, and also saw the participation of other investors. The Food Lab was founded in 2020 by 3 Egyptian entrepreneurs and has so far established partnerships with more than 50 local and international brands. It has 175,000 customers. Pakistan fintech Abhi has raised $17 million in a Series A round. Abhi enables employees to access accrued salary in advance. The round was led by international VC firm Speed Invest and supported by other investors. Proceeds will be used to help meet customer demand, expand Abhi's team, and for marketing. Abhi currently works with hundreds of companies. Bahrain-based Investcorp is in talks to buy AC Milan for $1.1 billion. The U.S.-based hedge firm Elliott Management has owned Milan since 2018 after the former Chinese owner failed to repay part of a loan. Former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi controlled Milan for more than 30 years before selling it to the Chinese group in 2017. Investcorp, which was founded in Bahrain in 1982, delisted from the Bahrain Stock Exchange last year after almost 4 decades as it continues its global investment drive. U.S. stock markets moved lower in their latest trading session, extending a recent losing streak ahead of a big week of quarterly earnings results. Investors remain nervous about the impact of surging inflation on corporate profits and consumer spending. Despite a decent start to earnings season, inflation, rising rates, and the war in Ukraine are weighing on markets. Wall Street experts warn that quarterly earnings are likely to take a hit as rising costs impact both corporate profit margins and consumer spending. A fledgling class of crypto that thrives on risk is outshining a wider market that's paralyzed by war and inflation. Coins backed by gold are newer variants of stablecoins, which are typically pegged to the dollar to tame volatility. The largest, Pax Gold, has jumped 7.4% in 2022, while main rival Tether Gold has risen 8.5%. By contrast, Bitcoin has lost over 13% and Ether is down 20%. Analysts say linking crypto to a real-world commodity is reassuring for investors. The Japanese yen continued its devaluation trend against the dollar today, dropping to a new low since May 2022. The dollar rose to a fresh 20-year high against the yen and also tested a 2-year peak against the euro, supported by high U.S. Treasury yields. Analysts say policy divergence between the Fed and the low-yielding central banks of Europe and Japan continues to favor U.S. dollar strength. Hong Kong shares plummeted today, ending the first day of trade after a holiday in the red over China growth concerns and Beijing's continuing regulatory restrictions on tech companies. The Hang Seng plunged 2.28% or 490 points to close at 21,027. Let's take a look now at today's Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking. It tracks the daily ups and downs of the world's richest people. Our biggest winner today is Elon Musk, up $4.8 billion with net wealth of $269.5 billion. Our second biggest winner today is Mukesh Ambani, up $4 billion with net wealth of $101 billion. And our third place winner is Ambani's counterpart Gautam Adani, up $3.4 billion with net wealth of $125 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest billionaires news. A Rolls-Royce design for a small modular nuclear reactor will likely get UK regulatory approval by mid-2024 and be able to produce grid power by 2029. The UK's nuclear regulator backed Rolls-Royce's $546 million funding round in November to develop the country's first SMR reactor. Policymakers hope SMRs will help cut dependence on fossil fuels and lower carbon emissions. Each 470 megawatt SMR unit costs $2.34 billion and would be built on a 10-acre site. I'm RamiaFarrage. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.